Okay, so we're just doing our tyre allocation for this final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. We should be able. There's going to be a big fight for, the championship. So hopefully, should be a little. I'm kind of glad it hasn't, been that the championship hasn't been settled up really early. It's went down to the final race because it makes it more exciting for the season. And we're beating Massa in a minute in the rivalry that we have with him. As you know, Kimi Raikkonen is 8 points behind and Hamilton 10 points behind.
Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon at the Yas Marina circuit. Over the next 3 days, we hope to deliver some spectacular racing. Beginning though,
so
with
Hamilton,
today's practice session.
If Hamilton gets first and Rosberg gets third,
so what
then
challenges
they would
does
be on
Abu
both
Dhabi
the same
circuit
points.
particularly pose the drivers?
And if
This
Kimi
is a very
Raikkonen
difficult
gets
circuit
first and
to
Rosberg
master.
gets third,
It's a
then
braking circuit, and that's where the majority of mistakes
it
will
would
happen
mean
here today. The final sector is particularly difficult, as it's a very
obviously
technical
Kimi
part of the track
Raikkonen
to
will
get
win,
right,
as he's on
especially
more
in
points than
qualifying when you're
Hamilton.
right on the limit.
So yeah, they're going to need a couple of places between them to make sure that they can win the championship against Rosberg if they're going to. Rosberg doesn't need to win this race, he just needs to keep 1 or 2 places behind. Even if they get first and Rosberg gets second, he's still going to be a point ahead of Kimi Raikkonen in second. So, but anyway, here we go in practice. We hit the wall, which isn't very good. So we're retired from that session.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Vettel, Verstappen and Felipe Massa. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula
So
1
come
action
22nd
very
in
shortly.
that. Well, this isn't very good for us. So get some more results points to help us next season. So we're in a practice session again, and as you see, wait, no, we're in qualifying actually. I think it's qualifying, yeah. So Q1 we get 14th there, and as you see, qualifying is complete. It should be enough to allow us to get into the next session. Which it is, we come, I think it was 15th, and our teammate Palmer gets through as well, which is very good for the whole Renault team. So anyway, Q2, we're in P6 there, which is pretty good. Like Q2, we're in 15th now from that last part of the session, and I don't think we can get through here with the time we got left. Okay, so we come 16th there. We don't even get past Q2, and Palmer does come 7th, which is very good for him. You know, really showing what he can do with the improvements that we made to the car.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So we got our normal race goals. Now going straight into the race. Hopefully we do well here. You know, we didn't have the best qualifying session.
It's twilight here in the United Arab Emirates, and twilight also on another Formula One season. It's been a captivating story throughout the year, but will we see one final dramatic twist before the end? The drivers will be racing here on Yas Island today through 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are plenty of opportunities to pass, with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, at turns 8 and at turn 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed and plenty of drama to be found in the laps to come. Alongside me for one final time this season, it's Anthony Davidson. What a year it's been, Ant. It's been an absolute pleasure. And now, how are you feeling ahead of lights out tonight?
Well, it's been a breathtaking year of F1 action, and there's one more sting in the tail to come here tonight, I reckon. We've been all around the world, but there's still everything to fight for, and what an occasion it is as well. There's a real sense of anticipation every time we come here to Abu Dhabi, and here's hoping it's a fitting end to a very special season.
Let's finish the season on a high.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel and Rosberg, Massa, Sainz, Grosjean and Jolyon Palmer, Kvyat, Button, Sergio Perez and Alonso, Hülkenberg and a Renault, Esteban Gutierrez and Valtteri Bottas, Wehrlein and Ericsson, Felipe Nasser and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, so doing our race strategy now and just lowering the fuel as usual. So you're onto the formation lap, just going to warm the tyres, warm the brakes, make sure we can get the best start possible. Okay, so now just go into the grid. Waiting for the lights, waiting for everyone to line up, and then waiting for the lights. So going to 5 red lights now. For the last race of the season. We don't get the best start. Well, actually we do get a pretty good start, but the person behind us obviously got a pretty good one. We go through quite a few people on the first turn. We see Palmer ahead, we see Button, we see the house, and we got Fiat down the side of us, but we got the inside for this corner. Button going quite slowly there. We tap him, but we don't have any damage there, which is good. We should be able to go down the inside of McLaren, and we go down the inside of about 3 or 4 cars there, including our teammate. But we go wide from the next corner, but it's not too bad. We're in 8th, which is amazing from where we qualified. And then go down the inside of Massa, who's on the ultra soft tyre. Vettel ahead's on the super soft, which is amazing how he qualified quite high up with the super soft. He probably could have easily got first with ultras, maybe. Yeah, we're going down the straight. I think the Williams is going to have on lap 6, probably going to have quite a lot of pace with DRS with slipstream. He didn't get past us there, but he definitely caught up a lot. And look, down the straight on lap 7, he just, with the Williams car, it's just too fast. We can't compete with it, so. Anyway, on the 8th lap, Kimi Raikkonen, who's really challenging for the championship, we let him go. With no point fighting with him because no point ruining his championship hopes in this race. Because there's no way I'm going to do anything, get any positions up or down from battling him. Because he's obviously going to get past us anyway, and there's no point wasting my tyres. Lap 8. Going into lap 9, we come into the pits. I'm looking for a really good stop here because we've got Alonso right behind us. And we come out 2.9, not the best one, but we still come out ahead of Alonso, which is good. We keep basically the same gap to him. And this is probably one of the best pit lane exits ever on the calendar. It's going under the track and then coming out to the left. And I crossed the white line just a bit there, but we got Nasser on that inside, and I didn't know what he was doing there. He didn't really leave us the room, so I had to kind of go off track. But anyway, at the end of this lap, we're catching up to him, and we get to 16. Anyway, lap 11, we are in 9th currently, with Daniel Ricciardo right behind us, who's the next person up in the championship standards, but we're not going to catch him even if we win this race or whatever. There's no point even fighting him for position, because he's way further up there than me. And then Perez comes out just in front of us, out of the pit lane, showing he's got pretty good pace in this race. But anyway, go down the inside, late down the inside of him, and we make it work. Lap 13 gets past us though, but showing we can actually battle these Force Indias and the Williams cars. And we go wide for that first bit to get the best exit, but you just see the pace of that Force India there. We get DRS and we're catching, and it's such a long straight. We catch him, we go past, and then we get into the braking zone and we make it through quite easily. But yeah, he's showing the pace of the Mercedes engine in that Force India. Anyway, we tap tyres there. He's hanging around the outside there. Fair play to him. But anyway, we just got more traction out of that corner. Like 15, he's back past us. We're going to pass him again. It's just really a big battle with Perez at the moment. 4 position, we're in for 8th, but lap 16 he gets past us, but our battling allowed Max Verstappen to catch up to us, the other Red Bull, and I'm just going to allow them to battle really and just use all their slipstream to get back past. Even though we've been battling, we kind of caught up to the Williams, of Bottas, which is pretty good. Showing we've all got pretty good pace. Anyway, go down the inside of Max Verstappen there, and then lap 16 again we go past Perez. The battle with Perez and Bottas is right there. We should maybe have to do something here. And Force India hits us there for some reason. We're now in 7th now. Yeah, Perez, the battle's getting a bit aggressive now. Anyway, we make a bit of a mistake down. Max Verstappen's right on our arse. Trying to go down the inside there. We've got the inside for the next corner, so it's alright. And Rosberg gets the fastest lap of the race there, showing he's got very good pace for this for the championship win. If he keeps that up, he may be able to win this. I don't know what's happening at the front, but I know Kimi Raikkonen was second when he passed me, so I think he was doing pretty well. And anyway, we get held up, and the Force India gets out in front of us, which is very bad. But anyway, there's yellow flags ahead for some reason as we come through the tunnel, really, under the normal racetrack. It's a Red Bull that has engine failure. I think that's Max Verstappen there. Just going through all the cars, I can't seem to get to the Red Bull there to see what's happening, but yeah, I think it's Max Verstappen who's got an oh wait, here we go. Yeah, he got an engine failure at that corner, so that's the reason for the yellow flags there. And anyway, virtual safety car. Just put it in lean, get some more fuel. And anyway, you pace it at the end to gain something, and then we go straight past Hulkenberg, showing we made the best use of that virtual safety car to our advantage right at the end. And anyway, a little update on the standings. At this point, Rosberg will keep the title even though Lewis Hamilton's in front of him. If Rosberg drops where Kimi Raikkonen is, Hamilton may actually win it. So it really depends on the battle between Rosberg, Hamilton, really Rosberg and Kimi Raikkonen. Because if Kimi beats Rosberg, it could mean Hamilton wins the championship. Or they would be on points with each other, I think. I think he'll get 12 points, and then, actually no, I think it could work out that Rosberg may even still keep the title there. Doesn't look like he's going to lose it at this point. He just looks like he's pacing it to keep in front of Kimi Raikkonen. But it all depends on these last 10 laps of the race, who gets the championship win. And at this point I don't really know who's going to do it. Anyway, lap 19. Hear that from the engineer. The Fiat right in front of me's got a really big problem there, like slowing down so much. Rio Haryanto's out of the race. And it's on that straight that we were just on, which I find strange how Daniel, I think it's something to do with Fiat's car. And look, here it is, smashed straight in the back of him, and my teammate does so as well. But my teammate manages to recover it and carry on the race. Look at this, great recovery really. He may have lost his front wing, but he's not out of the race. He's not going to DNF there. Anyway, Felipe Nasser goes into pits there. I nearly follow him into the back as he's like swerving across. And anyway, Rosberg gets in front of Kimi Raikkonen is still behind Rosberg. And Rosberg's on the faster tyre, so it doesn't look like Hamilton's going to be helped out by Kimi Raikkonen here because he's on a totally different strategy to Rosberg. Anyway, teammate in the pits obviously to get a new front wing, get his tyre changed. Hulkenberg gets past us here. And it's really a battle against the Force Indias today to win, to get some points here. Near the start or the middle of the race, it was against Perez. But anyway, another update. Kimi Raikkonen gets in front of Rosberg, which is a very big thing. It could, I think, even though with that, Rosberg's going to have to drop another place for Hamilton to win the championship, or Hamilton's going to have to get into first to win it outright. And even now, I think he's still about 1 or 2 points behind at this stage to win it, Hamilton, because he was 10 points down, and I think he's about 3 or 4 points down still on Rosberg in the championship. Kimi Raikkonen is still probably about 5 points down. But anyway, look behind us. There's a bit of contact between, I think that's Bottas and Roman Grosjean, and they're in a train down that straight really, and they nearly go flying into the Sauber that's in the train with them. But from the Toro Rosso perspective, they're in front of them, and look at this, goes straight into the wall, and the Sauber behind nearly gets hit. That'd be very scary. Anyway, at the end of this race, Vettel wins the Grand Prix, meaning that I think Rosberg's actually won the championship. I think Hamilton kind of had to win it to stand any chance of getting the win of the championship in this season. But we're all going to find out at the end. Rosberg could have dropped another place, which could have meant he lost the championship at the end there, but I don't think he would have. I think after the top 4 there's a bit of a gap, but we're just going to have to see at the end here, which is a pretty exciting season ending here, because you know, you don't know what's going to happen till we end our race. Anyway, we're in 10th here. Have a little fight with Science there, but it's the last lap. I think we're just going to keep it through this last corner here. If we get a good exit, and we do, pretty good exit, and there's not a really far to travel to the line.
Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
And we get 10th, which is pretty good for where we qualified, 6 places up.
There were question anymore.
And anyway, Rosberg wins the championship here,
And here they are now.
as you see,
Formula One World Drivers' Champion.
which could happen in real life.
So, another
Could
excellent
be
win
settled
for
in
Ferrari.
Abu Dhabi like it has been here.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference
Between
The safety
in
car
real life
completely
Hamilton
changed the
and
race, didn't
Rosberg,
it?
like it was
It's
in
hard
our
to say exactly what would have
Drivers'
happened
Championship,
without it,
but
there's no
you know, it
question
could
that
have.
they came out of that situation in a good position.
Well, in real life, there's no Kimi Raikkonen that can
And as
challenge
we
for the
can
title
see,
anymore.
it's time for the
But
podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar
so there's a
red
bit of
suit
change
making its
between
way
real
to the
life
top
and here.
step.
But it's been
Fantastic
very
win
exciting,
for
like in real
Ferrari.
life. The championship this year. I'm guessing Rosberg came 4th, which was enough. As long as like Kimi Raikkonen and Hamilton didn't win it.
So then, it's time to see how
Yeah, he
this
comes
result
4th.
affects the Drivers' Championship.
With
We
Perez
also crown a new champion
behind
today,
him
as
there.
their lead at the top is
Rosberg
now an
getting the fastest
insurmountable
lap.
one. What a great year it's been for Formula One. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson,
Yeah,
who was
Rosberg
your
got
driver
a
of the
10-second
day?
advantage
I'm going to
over
go for Sebastian Vettel.
Perez, I think.
People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel. but
Anyway,
as he
Lewis
showed
Hamilton
today,
4 points
it's
behind.
nonsense.
Kimi
It may
Raikkonen
already
5
be
points
wrapped
behind.
up, but let's look at the
Very
constructors'
close to the end
standings.
there, but
With that
Rosberg
result,
throughout the
Mercedes
season been
secure
the best,
constructors' title.
showing
They've
why
been
he
truly outstanding since
got the
very
driver's
first
standings.
round of what's been a
And
thrilling
Mercedes,
championship.
at the
Meanwhile,
end as
good
well,
work from Force India this weekend to
just,
push themselves
um,
further up the order. That's it for
just
today's
get
Grand
the
Prix, and
constructors'
from
standings
Anthony,
at the last rate as
goodbye,
well, so
and
it's
see you
both
again next
Mercedes
time.
win both things, getting first, second in the Drivers' Championship and first in the Constructors, which is very good for Mercedes. Obviously in real life they wrapped up the Constructors in Singapore, but here it went to the wire compared to with Ferrari. Showing that Ferrari in its current is doing pretty well, being quite consistent with both drivers. get some more resource points here, get up to about 3,100 there. Anyway, Massa's beating us in the rivalry. We had quite a bit again. Obviously, the last rivalry we had with him, he won. But anyway, we get up to I think we get 10, up to the maximum on driver's standing really. So with first driver, we're overachieving max. We're at 10, which is very good. Here's just our career score, and it's the end of the season. We're delighted to announce that your performance is above our expectation. You finished 8th in the Drivers' Championship. You and your teammate Jolyon Palmer also with 5th in the constructors as well, which is very good for Renault, being 3rd to bottom at the start of the season. We look forward to
Hey, it's good to see you. I just finished these new contract offers. Check them out. Let me know what you want to do.
So we've got a new contract here. We've got a move to second driver of Force India, Toro Rosso and McLaren. I would do that maybe in later season once I've won the championship with Renault, but I want to get the constructors and drivers championship with Renault
That's
first.
decided then. Leave it with me.
Hopefully. Anyway, that's the end of the season really. It's going to take you around the laptop really. Oh wait, and it comes up with this at the end. It shows you all the positions that you got. So from 19th for Australia, we improved in China, and we just carried on improving until our height in Malaysia and Japan, where we got 2 first places, showing we did very well. Anyway, we turned up the difficulty at the end there. That's why our position shot. But yeah, in the development, we're quite close to Williams, and we should be able to beat them next season. Thank you for watching this season, and I'll see you in season 2 of this Renault career mode.